Hello everybody, it's Ken Faulkner. I'm here with another knife video. You know, how Bees always says, I hope you're having a great day. Well, I'm not having such a great day. I just found out how much I owe in taxes. Yeah, it's no fun. No fun. That could have bought a lot of cool knives. A lot of cool knives. Anyway, that's the way it is. Life, was it death and taxes? The only thing that's, going to happen for sure. Anyway, so maybe talking about knives will cheer me up. I got my day three. I believe it's day three. Let's see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, oh no, day four. Day four carry. That would be the CRKT squid. Yeah, this is I'm doing those small carries, smaller carries, and this is actually probably more like a fifth pocket knife, I would say. Because the blade is really small on this one. So most of them been maybe even up close to like 3 inches, but this is like 2 1/4. This is a tiny little guy. Handle is like 3 1/4 maybe. So we are talking about a 3-finger knife. This is, you can't even say it's 3.5 fingers. It's a 3-finger knife. So it's tiny. Kind of thin. Kind of thin. We're talking a little over 1/4 inch thick. Not quite 5/16, a little over quarters. So it's a lot like the Leak, similar in that way. It's a little taller in this direction than the Leak. I don't know if I measured that, but this is almost an inch. So it fills the hand a little bit, even it's just the 3 fingers, but it fills the hand. Action is a little bit, it's not dropping. And it doesn't always flick out. You got to give it a little English, I guess you call it. Just because it's such a small blade. It really is a small blade. But it has such a great worn kind of, battle-worn kind of look to it. I always like this coating. This is a knife I've had a long time. Probably about as long as the Leak. But, coated knives sometimes don't hold up. The coating on this has held up exceptionally well over the years. It's been years. It came looking like this. It looks like it's been through a lot. It must be like I don't know, some kind of a wash or a tumble or something. But it's got those edges that look like it's just been through a lot, and it's just got a cool design. I mean, it is tiny. Almost makes me want to get one of the larger squids just to see. Maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm still reeling from how much taxes I'm paying. So that's gonna put me off my game for a little bit. Yeah. So this one surprised me in one way. Remember I told you that Leak needed to get touched up because when I went to cut with it, it kind of tore the paper. But this one, look at that. And I don't know. I can't remember the last time I sharpened this one. It is really cutting paper. And it whittled well. I mean, it's it's kind of got that saber grind. And it has a little bit of a hollow. So yeah. It's good geometry and thin behind the edge. Really thin, like the Leak. So yeah, really good. So it handles well, but it is kind of a fifth pocket carry. I mean, it'll definitely fit in your fifth pocket really well. That clip is small. Remember that Leak was really long compared to the body, and this is a smaller body. So that's a tiny little clip. What do you got on that? Like 1.75 inches maybe. It's not much, but it holds it because it's such a small knife. It doesn't have to hold much. Yeah. Yeah, it's a great knife. I mean, I've always liked it. I have always liked it. I don't necessarily carry it that much. I went through a phase where I was, finding any pocket available. A few days a week, for sure, I have a fifth pocket. I'm wearing jeans or something along those lines. It does snap out pretty well. It doesn't have a lot of detent when you feel it this way. It doesn't really snap. You don't really hear a lot of not a lot of snap. But yeah, you don't really need a lot of detent to hold this blade in. It's definitely not shaking out because you need some weight behind it to do that. So all in all, I think it's a really good blade. I mean, especially for CRKT. One of my favorites from them, actually. So nice, nice. I also want to talk about the Kestrel. I won this on that giveaway. So I had that video a while back. I just kind of unboxed it, so to speak. But carried it a bit and really good. Oh, one other thing I want to tell you. Was this steel in this one? This one is 8CR and the leak is 14C28N. So I was, you know, everybody raves about the 14C28N, but the 8CR, they all say, oh, it's horrible. Well, I guess not everybody does, but 8CR they say is horrible, but this thing is held up. And I don't know, it has to do with the heat treat or something that CRKT did on this one, but I don't know. Regardless, I wanted to make that point, but I don't even know what it means. I really don't know. Maybe it just I haven't used it as much because it's a 5th carry pocket type thing and doesn't get out of the pocket as much to cut things. I don't know. Anyway, the Kestrel, really cool knife. I really like that. That what is it? The micarta burlap. The burlap micarta got good texture and it looks good. It really looks good. It's got speed holes on this thing. I guess you could use this last one for a lanyard hole if you want, for sure. Or, you know, they kind of go smaller as they go up. So you can decide what size lanyard you want to put. No, I don't think so. But, I mean, you could put it on that back one. And then it's got matching holes in the clip. Yeah, it doesn't really bother me that much. It's not very obvious. It's pretty subtle, so it's a nice little thing. A lot of QSPs coming through the collection recently. We have this one. We had the Vault, but that only stayed for a short time because that got given away. That was my favorite of the batch. But then just the other day, I got that package I unboxed with the what was this one? The parrot. I think it's the parrot. Is Kestrel a bird? Probably is, huh? They seem to do the bird thing. And then, of course, the one that's been around for the longest time, and it was the only QSP in the collection for quite some time, is the Penguin. And I think it's interesting. Of course, the Vault was a bigger knife, but these are all very close to the same size. Very, very close. It's a good EDC size for sure. I mean, Penguin obviously is. Hope I got that right with the parrot. I think it's a parrot. Is a good size with a spear point. And now we got this one with the clip point. So we got the clip, we got the spear, and we got the sheep. We got all those blade shapes, all covered in the same brand, all about this approximately the same size. 2 with micarta, which I prefer. 1 with G10. G10 is a really strong material, and it is grippy for sure, but it just doesn't look quite as nice. And when you get a good texture on a micarta, I don't know, it just feels more natural. G10 kind of feels almost has that plastic kind of feel, although it's much stronger than most plastics, but it does definitely kind of has that plasticky kind of feel. Whereas this kind of feels more like material. I don't know. I think you probably know what I mean. Even this one here, this one has a little less grip to it, but it still has that material kind of feel. Nice feel in the hand. Nice texture. So anyway, Kestrel is, I really enjoyed it. I think it's a really good knife. Again, 14C28N. Let's see how that one works. Of course, this is pretty new, and so it's cutting super well. And yeah, and it's got good blade geometry as well. Not a hollow, it's a flat, but it's pretty tall. And it's this could have been on this list of short ones because it's about 3 inches, but thickness wise, it's not quite something that you'd think of as being super easy to carry in the pocket. It's about a 1/2 inch wide, which is kind of average. But if you're thinking about some of these, like this one here, you can see the difference between them. Quite a difference in the thickness. So don't quite think it qualifies, but it's still a very good knife. Glad to have it in the collection. Makes me feel better about spending all that money on taxes. What do I get for it? I'm not going to get on my soapbox. I'll get over it. I'll be fine. It's once a year. I hate this time of year. Never fun. In the old days when I was writing off my kids and all that stuff, but they're all adults now. Back when I was paying a mortgage, now I'm paying rent, and it's like, it feels like the same thing, but I don't get any tax write-off for it. Brutal. All right, guys, sorry. I'm going to go cry in my cornflakes now. You guys have a good one. Hope your tax season goes better than mine, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.